All right, this is part 2 of 5.03 balancing equations. So we have CH4 plus O2 yields carbon dioxide plus water. So to balance it, again, the first thing you want to do, draw a line to separate your reactants from your products. Then what are you going to do next? You are going to make a list of all the elements on both sides in the same order. And then we're going to say how many atoms of each there are. So how many carbons? 1. How many hydrogens on the reactant side? 4. And how many oxygens? 2. All right, on the right-hand side, how many carbons? 1. How many hydrogens? 2. And how many oxygens? 3. Okay, so we have these 2. And then because it's a separate molecule, now we add. Plus this 1 gives us a total of 3. All right, so now we have to balance it out. Here's your hint. Always do oxygen and hydrogen last because a lot of times they just kind of magically work themselves out. Except in this case, our carbon's already balanced. So let's look at what do we want to balance first, the hydrogens or the oxygens? All right, now I'm going to show you a little trick to this. Sometimes you have to look for common multiples in order to figure it out. So I'm actually going to do this one the easy way first, and then I'll come back to that. So 4 and 2, that's easy. I want to get my total over here to 4. So 2 times what equals 4? Well, you know that it's going to be 2. So I put a 2 in front of the entire molecule of water. Now that changes how many oxygens I have too, because we got to distribute the 2 to the hydrogen, which we did, and we have to distribute it to the oxygen. So now we have 2 oxygens here. We still have 2 from the carbon dioxide, so I have a total of 4. Scribble this out. I don't care that I had 3 before. I just want to know how many I have right now. All right, so I have 4 of them right now, and then I go over here, and I say, okay, so now I need how many more oxygen? I want a total of 4. Remember, it's always multiplying. So yes, it's 2 more, but it's a multiplication problem. And so I put a 2 up here, and now I have 4 oxygen on both sides. And I have 4 hydrogens on both sides. And I have 2 carbons on both sides, and it's happy. All right, I'm not going to bother to show you the other way because it's just going to be confusing at this point. So that is what you need to do. Now, if you look at, let's see, I put it on here. Yep. Okay, so if you look at slide 9 of 5.03 Balancing Chem Equations Part 2, you're going to see this pop up. This goes through a whole bunch of chemical equations. It starts out with one of everything. It shows you the picture. I suggest for the first couple, do it with the pictures. After that, draw it on paper, draw your line. So write the equation, draw your line, and go through and figure it out without all the drawings. So I would look at this and I'd say, oh yeah, I have 1 carbon on both sides. I'm good. Well, over here I have 4 chlorines, 5 chlorines. And over here I only have 2. So, okay. And then I would say I have 4 hydrogens over here and 1 hydrogen over here. So I would probably go with this first and say, let's get 4 hydrogens because that's pretty easy. Now count up your chlorines. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What times 2 is going to give me that total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? It's going to be 4. And then you can check your answer, and voila. So it's a different mindset when you do it with the pictures versus when you write it on paper. It's good to do both. And if you end up drawing them every single time, that's fine. But like I said, don't just sit here and click and, count dots. That's not going to help you learn how to do this. You really need to write the equation on paper, draw the line, draw how many of each atom. So there is a whole 23 examples here. Go through them, make sure you can do them. There's also a really nice simulation here that also shows it with balancing and like a teeter-totter, and that helps sometimes too. So if you're really having problems, check out that one. You do have to download a Java, so hopefully that will work on your computer. This is the Class Connect that I did earlier today. And I went through a whole bunch of balancing in that. And I even did a happy dance at the end on video. So, oh yeah, totally worth watching. Let me know if you need more help. It just takes practice. Take the quiz when you're ready. It's 5 points. Okay, so I don't want you to freak out about the quiz, but I do want you to be prepared. And then check your answers after taking the quiz and see me for help. And that's it for this lesson. Good luck!